we're going to be removing blockages, restoring the energy you need, getting rid of old foundational patterns, and all of that stuff. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you relax, you chill, and you just take care of yourself. You can enjoy the session, you can fall asleep, or you can set this time aside to just work on yourself and work on your self-care journey, your self-love journey. This is a special time because it is a Mercury in retrograde period that is coming up, and we're going to be working through this here. So this is going to be added support for you on this journey. So it's probably better that you start tuning in now than as soon as it goes retrograde on May 10th. That's when the issues really going to hit the fan. If you need additional support for that on Patreon, we're having a double month for May and June. So that's daily, weekly, and monthly resources that's going to be used to help during this period, to help guide you during this period. And this theme is all about self-worth. So self-worth and self-worth, baby. So you got to be making decisions of who am I? These big questions are going to show up, and they've been very cyclical over the years. So today we're going to just start to cut away kind of the old stuff that might want us to react in ways that aren't best during this time period. Old ways that no longer serve us, that need to be released. Okay. And so if you're new, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, sweetness, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I grab your hand? Okay. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's begin. Dear universe, in all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest intention only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that brings light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. 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 Okay. So, let's begin by working through boundaries. It is very important to restore healthy boundaries during a time of release and letting go, okay? And healthy boundaries, that's everything from people, situations, circumstances, and mentality. And this also encourages us to take responsibility for the areas where we kind of don't hold firm and strong boundaries. It's not always everybody else that is the problem. Sometimes we are just open, to other people more than we're open to our own selves, because we're looking for someone else to be the hero. We're looking for someone else to give us confidence, to help us believe in ourselves, when the reality is it has to come from ourselves first. So we're letting go of this kind of hero complex. So we're going to release any of that old stuff. And also, it's a mentality that forms because when you're younger and you deal with things and you feel helpless and you're feeling at the whim of the adults around you, there is this feeling of wanting someone to come and save you, or wanting some situation to come and solve all your problems. And 9 times out of 10, that situation typically doesn't come, and you figure out on your own how to get to the next level. But this is something you should be very proud of, that you figured it out. You got yourself society would be accepting of that, you know. Baby, you got this. You have 100% track record of getting through stuff. So don't worry. You will figure it out, but you also have to celebrate the fact that you made it through all of that. In times where you felt like it was difficult, you felt like it was hopeless, you may have felt helpless, you may have felt that you were not in control of your life, and now you are. And if you are in control of your life now, you cannot continue to let yourself be out of control of your life by living in the past. Breathing through this. And so, we build a lot of foundational habits here. Let me just get on that. We build a lot of foundational habits here. And we start to think that we want our life to be better, but we don't want to change how we go about it, because we think that what we feel is the norm, and we just want life to then bend to whatever weird habits we learned growing up. Let me give you an example. Perhaps you didn't get a lot of attention, or people didn't prioritize your needs and your wants. So now you feel like in order to feel accomplished, you need a lot of attention. And even when you're successful at things, if it doesn't come with large attention, you feel like you may not be that successful. When in reality, the universe is blessing you with what you deserve. But it's time for you to change your habits, your mentality, your vision of how to receive it. You do not have to live out standards from back then when you weren't getting everything you needed. You can now live to the standards of, I receive what I need, the universe provides for me, I will go out there and get what I need, I will handle my responsibilities, X, Y, and Z, and all that jazz, okay? That's what you're working with now. But you gotta change, or you're gonna miss some good opportunities, baby. I see it all the time. I see people fumble bags, opportunities. I see people fumble people, because they miss this big concept that the universe is blessing them, is giving them what they're looking for, is providing them with what they need. And they're still stuck in limiting beliefs. Also, I've recently been exploring a dopamine detox, and that, simply put, is that, you know, if you have a lot of this mindless stuff that you do, say your mindless thing that you do is watch TV or scroll on YouTube or Instagram or something like that, and you just do it for hours and hours and hours, but come back to me, but you do it for hours and hours and hours. This is creating this positive, like, oh, you know, I like that, but also it's kind of making your brain, it's like giving your brain sugar constantly. So it's really hard to then live in reality and know that things take time, that you don't get instant gratification, that it kind of fucks with your nervous system, to be honest, because that's really not how reality is. That's just purely entertainment. And so this kind of detox is more of like you're very, you limit the time. Like you say, okay, I'm just gonna do it for an hour at this time. And you go and you do it for an hour, or you say, you know what, I'm gonna be very precise. I'm actually gonna only look up this kind of stuff today, you know, and I'm gonna stay away from that kind of stuff. And, you know, whatever you need to, where it can kind of just give your nervous system a break. You could do that with that way. You can also do it by how you eat. Oh my gosh, that's one of the most important way to release blockages, is how you eat. Eating a lot of good vegetables, green vegetables, non-starchy, resistant carbohydrates. I know now I'm getting a lot into nutrition. Nice hearty fat sources, because people don't really understand how it works in the body. It's say to yourself what daily routines that you have, super important as well too. Whether that's meditation, listening to affirmations, it can be kind of walking and listening to music, or if you go to the gym, it kind of gives you just a routine to do something, or maybe you take a walk around the block. Believe me, walking is the cheapest and most accessible way to get connected to your health and making yourself feel good. And it helps the body's energetic system to naturally flush out any of these blockages. But I know it is not as sensational as you go in here and you're running 15 miles. Forget that. Just walk, or do something steady, state, whatever is accessible to you that you can. And that's a game changer right there. What you eat, game changer as well too. So removing mentality blocks, accepting this next layer and next chapter in our lives, and being relaxed in at one. Inhale and exhale. 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 Just removing all that extra stuff. And I hope that when you spend time with me, you feel better. I hope that just our time together helps you. That is my intention. And I'm gonna stick to it. Just bring that in. Bring that in. Okay, relax. Okay. Baby, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel good? Do you feel like being in control of what makes you feel better? Letting go of old stuff is more available to you now. And sweetheart, you get to define what your next chapter is, what you want, what is important to you. No one else can, okay? So babies, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. I love you. But who cares that I love you? The only thing that matters is that you love you. So make sure you